said you're interested in how I do it. Well, I'll show you. Take a little bit from this book, a little bit from this one, a snippet from this newspaper, a line or two from this magazine.
But that's cheating. You're just picking things out at random and making a pastiche of totally unrelated...
Mickey Spillane. The licked bitch lay bleeding in the alley as usual. It's always the same. She walks home from the market. It's dark. A man wearing clips on his shoes, drinking from a paper bag, and staking out his favorite dog piss bush. She jumps him. She beats him up and kills his pooch and drags it down the street bleeding to the alley. It's always the same. The cops only give us Freudian whistles and cannot keep the psychiatrist in at night.
It's about time someone made an effective attack on the psychiatric community. And with the use of powerful, internally sprung rhythms, he's generating a thrust that focuses the recurring imagery of darkness and psychological tension, not only in the laps of the psychiatrist, but of society's companion institution of social repression, the police.
Yes, and it's that rhythm that makes your selection of random words spring to life. And the rhythm is the thread in which you weave all these desultory elements of...
You like that rhythm, huh? Well, put this down in the book. That poem will be done to the rhythm of a polka.
What?
You heard me. And the title will be Ride on a Fire Truck.
Ride on a fire truck?
Yeah, you heard me. Ride on a Fire Truck. My book, remember?
Now wait. The poem itself is disparate. The elements are contradictory. You can't just...
Wait a minute. Think about that, John. The elements of the poem are dissonant and disconnected. So why shouldn't the title itself be somewhat disassociated?
God, you guys are really first-class geeks. Chumps. Fucking dunderheads. The world is teeming with poetry. Anybody can do it. Why, just the other day, I was visiting a friend in a nursing home, and I overheard some two old ladies talking, and one of them said, "Whoa, look, Emma! Beatrice can stand up all by herself!"
That's a found poem. Write that down, Steve. A found poem. Your ear is the filter and your mind is the crucible, in which the raw material is alloyed and forged into art. Don't you see that?
No, I'm not an artist. I'm a street bum. A glob of glue stuck in a pail. I'm a man, picture of a man blowing in the wind.
I mean it, Ladislaw. You have a unique perspective. Society needs people like you to give us this pure images.
Oh, what of the gentle ones that please our ear with song and verse? Can we let them perish because their souls are too fine to join us in the push and pull? It's up to others to look after the food and warmth. Lighten our earthly soil, blessed ones, sing on! Lighten our earthly toil, we bring you gifts and food and warmth. Were it not on honeydew we all could feed, our mean slake would be surely slaked.
Are you being sarcastic? Or are you using virtual sarcasm to burlesque your creative identity and mask your sensitivity?
Whatever, Professor. Guilty on both counts.
But that's beautiful. That's just what we wanted.
I'm not sure.
Look, he's saying our poets had to be preserved and supported. Aren't you, Ladislaw? But there you are saying these things, and they hardly affect you. What's the matter? Don't your own words mean anything to you?
Words? My God, words. I'm in here, and the world's out there. And in between are the words. Turnstiles and septic springs, perched like cormorants, chirping arithmetic voices, giving me my coiled, mangled attitudes among supercilious breasts, lined with frogmen too polite to roll their eyelids, while Spaniards chain their lizards, and 100 occasions leapt through mirrors, as only a pool through time's dismembering asphasia.
That last word, I couldn't imagine where you'd come up with it, but it was just the right one. T.S. Eliot, The Wasteland.
They're just words, garbage. Here's some more.
That's crazy. You're just throwing away your work. Hey, there's some good stuff here. Why are you... So far, your poems have been good. I can understand the symbolism. John and I are professionals. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah, sure.
For you, my love, a blood-soaked rose for your white bonnet. Won't you look sweet when the Monseigneur unzips his fly?
Ladislav, we want this book to have more of a general appeal. Well, why don't you say something everybody can relate to? Just pretend you're waking up beside your lady love.
Oh, you mean beside one of my biker chicks? It's dawn's first light? Oh, don't you look fine today, my precious one? The first few dim rays of morning's glare do not reveal the oily roots of your hair. When you turn your head that way, I cannot see the pimples on your cheek. And, oh my goodness, suck in the air that morning gives, and I can almost see the contour of your ribs. Your legs aren't bowed when you're lying there. And from above, I can hardly see your nostrils' horse-like flare. Oh, please not parch your lips, my precious one. Let me imagine a fine set of teeth. Oh, fragile one, do not move. Too long already in the searching light you die beneath.
I thought he was going to trash it out like he did some of the others. But instead, he's taken the Western cultural concept of romantic love and revealed the cognitive dissonance that each of us subliminally senses.
Oh, fuck! Ropes to hold my shoes, ropes to bind my waist, ropes to pull my wares. Oh my God, Lord, is it my only regret that I should die on a rope?
A paranoid obsession with an archaic and potent symbol, and he's using it, in my opinion, to represent the entanglements of a godless, technocratic society.
Give me some more of that too!
Get your hands off me, you just flying me from nowhere?
Give me some too!
You're going to hysteria over nothing!
Give me some of that too!
Stop it now, both of you. I'll put out some lines.
Yeah.
We're just throwing our energy away.
You betcha.
Okay, let's just take that energy and channel it. Oh! I can't believe it! The pig snorted all 3 lines!
3 mountain ranges! That's $50 worth there!
Oh! That's okay! Let's not throw away this moment! We're on the verge of a once-in-a-lifetime experience here. Don't you realize if we could get all this feeling, all this anguish into a book, we'd have a sensation on our hands? We can call it... Here, John, put this down. So we can call it angst and eloquence. The untroubled expressions of a troubled soul.
Tortured.
Yes, the untroubled expressions of a tortured soul.
No. This is my book, remember? And the title will be Whoresan Crawl.
Well, that sounds good.
What the hell is a Whoresan crawl? Do you mean like a horse crawling?
A surreptitious movement performed by an illegitimate person, usually resulting in negligible gain. That is a Whoresan Crawl.
No, I like my title better. Whoresan crawl.
Not bad. It has a kind of Shakespearean resonance.
No, listen, John. The only thing the title is supposed to do is tell you what's in the book. Now, what the hell does Whoresan Crawl tell you about the book?
Mutilated dog faces. Happy marching Hitler races. Terrible shit. Terrible shit. I don't like any of it.
That's
Crenulated.
Crenulated fucking piss-stained skeletons dangling graceless, grizzled, suppurated sores sucked by mouths of whores. It's nasty shit. That's what a whoresome crawl is. You cannot stand, you cannot hide. You are locked in a whoreson crawl.
Midnight, in the dark night of the soul.
Some real pants-taking off power poetry, Hawk. I love when you pour out that kind of imagery. Do you mind if I tell you something?
Probably.
You know, Ladislaw, I don't know how else to put this, but we love you. And I apologize for expressing myself so sentimentally, but we love you. Don't we, John? And I'm sorry for using that word.
It's true, Ladislaw. We fight from time to time. I've had my reservations, but Steve's right. You're a great talent, and we have a deep affection for you.
You say you love me, and yet you drive a car, and yet you pay taxes to a monstrous state. You say you love me, and yet you eat the flesh of animals, and yet you live in a fine house. You say you love me, and yet you wear a different outfit every day, and yet you serve a capitalist boss. It is because you eat that I am hungry. It is because you are clothed that I am naked. It is because you are cold that I am, it is because you are warm that I am cold. You say you love me, and yet you let me die. I am the third world, the forgotten one, and I hate you.
No man is an island, Ladislaw. You are right. We all share the guilt and responsibility for the way society victimizes the disadvantaged. God, I feel such an overwhelming sense of guilt.
But we can't allow bitterness to undermine our greatest strength, Hawk. Why be depressive and cynical about love? Love could be your salvation. Don't you feel it is better to have loved and lost than to have never have loved at all?
Yeah, but when you've loved and lost and loved and lost and lost and lost, you say the hell with love.
Well, tell me, do you even know what love is?
Love to me is when I hide behind my favorite dog piss bush and grab the first co-ed that comes along and throw her down on the ground, look her straight in the eye, and say, if I could preserve your student body for all time, I would play with your titties for eternity and suck on your little crack till your head caved in. And that one we call Naked Junior College Girl.
You are a perverted man!
This is a college town, Hawk. Let's not offend the university and the student body. I mean, the students, man.
You guys don't listen, do you? I thought we had an agreement. The title will be Naked High School Girl.
Now wait! That'll bring the PTA down on us. Governor Walker, Jerry Falwell, Oral and Anal Roberts.
You've got to reconsider. They'll knock us off the bookshelves. They've got vice squads. There's a modicum of decency that has to be maintained here.
The title will be Naked Junior High School Girl.
You're mad! We can't put that in the book.
My book, remember?
Just shut up, John. That's okay, Ladislaw. Whatever you say, just take it easy. Now, just have some more wine. Here, I'll roll another number.
Good.
What you say is fine by us. But what I think we need now is something for the domestic crowd. Something that speaks to them of the richness and tenderness of family life. Why don't you say something about the joy of bringing new life into this world? About the tears, the commitment, the laughter.
Oh, you mean something about love that goes all the way, huh? Okay. Well, take off our clothes and make each other deliriously happy. We'll rub our squishy places. My chromosomes need a match. You'll get a stomach tumor, a water bag, a watermelon suit. See, I'll go play poker with my 4 best buddies, get sick on a cigar, and fuck me if we won't be married.
John, we should probably drop the love handle.
That's fun. You have such a depth of understanding. Why do you trivialize? Why don't you say something that calls on your wealth of erudition and integrate that with your imagination, your insight, your creativity, your feeling for language?
Oh, I could say we discover molecules with telescopes and galaxies with microscopes.
That's good. Macrocosm, microcosm.
But what I'm going to say is Fartbagger blues, gutters flowing, vomit faces, broken mirrors, jagged, mangled, crazy pecker shape.
Great! Why don't we just take a piece of shit and rub it between two pieces of paper and sell that?
Well, John, clearly this is Ladislaw's way of discharging the tension of contemporary absurdity, of pointing up the striking contrast between conscious structure and unconscious cacophony that exists side by side in the 20th century.
No, he's dwelling on entropy. He's absorbed by it. After years of failure, he thinks everything is pointless. And that's easy enough to understand. Let's just take a look at the record. Remember the time you went down to California and ended up writing slogans for a recreational vehicle dealership in San Jose?
I was doing all right until the oil cartel pumped up the gas prices.
And when that didn't work, you tried being a tree topper. But you were too fat to climb the trees.
Fuck, I had to drink a lot of beer. That was hot work.
John, don't forget the chinchilla farm. That was supposed to make him $50,000. But comes November, our erstwhile entrepreneur forgets his feed bill and ends up with 50 little corpses in fancy coats.
Then there was that home dry cleaning kit. You might have made a little money on that one if you hadn't used that cheap synthetic chemical fluid that made everyone's drapes evaporate.
Yeah, I ripped my intestine with sanguine eyes already. Leave me alone.
But then comes your magnum opus. And that supreme hustle that was going to get you into the professions. Give you dignity and purpose and a billfold like a blimp. So you go through the whole process of getting your chiropractic degree by correspondence. But where do you get it from? The University of Krakow!
Just what the world needs. A half-assed Polak bone cracker.
How did I know it wouldn't be getting good for me over here? I didn't know they wouldn't recognize it outside of Poland, so lay off already.
Oh. But Ladislaw, what John's trying to say is that you've let yourself drift into despair out of idleness. There's nothing worse than the ennui of creative talent squandered. And now you work 2 days a week at the butcher shop, roll on occasional drunk, snatch an occasional purse.
Ain't everybody's got the balls to mix it up on the street.
Oh, great. But where does it lead to? No, Ladislaw, what you need is some good, productive work.
Shall I lose myself in the dry conundrums that you, or jump up and yell, ooh-pa, as I dance across the cacti? Shall I be fat or thin, live by my wits, grow giant vegetables or silicone crystals, march with Jesus, join the circus, collect food stamps and ATD, become a killer? No one can say. Not flat lips, not master's degree counselors, not priests, not poets, not even oracles. Not even I. So, can you blame me if I smoke a little fucking Mary Jane?
That is a bulia, the disease of indecision indigenous to our culture-shocked generation.
A bulia shit. Don't ask me to go fuck around in that whirly gig. I hate it out there.
See, you've just given us a great statement about the complexities and torments of modern life. But there's something you're forgetting. There's another side of that same coin. Something you're forgetting. That the universe has the capacity to dispense grace, to forgive. It's not just a linear progression to doom.
We live in a quantum universe, Ladislaw. Probability waves and indeterminacy. A universe of infinite potential where all things are adrenaline to be born in. New things come from nowhere, sometimes when you least expect them. Things like mercy.
See that spider web up in the corner?
Yeah?
Mercy is a hungry spider ignoring a fly caught in his web. Not to be counted upon as a general rule.
Sinners in the hands of an angry God, huh? You grew up a Catholic in Poland, right? You may think you're free of your childhood conditioning, but everything you do and say sounds a whole lot to me like just another version of the old Judeo-Christian guilt trip.
Your brain doesn't know what your mouth is mumbling. I've been on my own since I was 7, living in cardboard boxes, eating garbage off the street with dogs, smoking butts off the street. I once sold myself to a man who used me like a sheep.
Maybe it's not the Judeo-Christian guilt trip, but it's still a Western point of view. It's just like Bosch or Van Gogh or Bruegel. You're painting reality as something dirty, hellish, crazy. But there's another reality. The Eastern mind has discovered another reality, the peaceful reality within, that comes when the knowledge of the self dawns on a quieted mind.
I was at Big Sur, at the Esalen Institute back in the 60s. And I sat with some of the greatest minds in the consciousness movement. The Alan Watts, the Swami Chaktadananda, Chogyam Trungpa.
Hot shot, Ramada.
And we spent the entire day just sitting quietly, repeating our personal mantras until one by one we each experienced that sense of fulfillment that comes from self-knowledge. Do you even know what a mantra is?
Fuck yes. I ran across some transcontinental meditationalists once. I was trying their shit out and it dawned on me. I got a mantra of my own. Maybe your own awareness will dawn upon you. You want to try it?
Your own mantra? I never realized. Well, sure, let's hear it.
Om Natha Ranja. Om Vata Na Sai Om.
Okay, I think I got it. Come on, John.
This is absurd. You bushwhacking burnout bastard! I should have known you!
You know, I bet you that was pretty funny when he gave that to the Maharishi. Especially if it was that little fat kid who called himself the Perfect. John! He's fallen asleep. He's passed out.
Oh, great. What are we going to do now? Come on, Ladislav, wake up. Hey, we need to finish this book. We can't quit now, Hawk.
It's no use. What are we going to do?
How many poems we got? There must have been at least 10 in that garbage can. What's the total now?
27, 28, something like that. It's not a book yet, John.
Well, couldn't we use thick paper and print it with big letters and lots of illustrations?
No. That's Ron McEwen bullshit. We want this book to be bigger than life, hard-hitting, raw. It has to show all the sides of his personality. It was going so good.
Well, maybe we can get him going again. What if we slip a little speed into his drink?
Yes.
Here, I'll crush up a tab, and, we put in some KO, he likes that. And, what's this stuff?
Purple microdot. I don't know. Put it in there, too. You gotta get him up. Come on, Ladislav. I got some Jack Daniels for you. Come on, Ladislav. Here's a real big treat.
Oh, Mother Russia's a frozen lake. People brought up frozen lakes. Bears go skate on frozen Russia. No, bear people skate on frozen. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, Mother Russia. Holy fuck. Keep up. Where's my kingdom?
That's the only thing he brought with him from Poland. They call it a stolen bear.
Now we're getting to the real core. Now we're getting back to his childhood. Here's what we'll get the best of.
Wine! Give me some wine!
How bad do you want it, Ladislav?
Wine! Give me it now!
An ode to the great.
That's it. Come on, Ladislav. Let's have a wine poem.
Oh, fuck. I remember. I was reading this big book the other day, and I wrote something down. Fish scales, nails, and fuming compost rush bowerward in a steaming torrent, the seer's potion and prize of mind's death. To raise the eyes of time, swollen tributaries spill their prize and fill my heart with fevered cries and I'll rage on, you fecund elixir. Are you bladder flamed or metal of sirens? Cow arms gripping a dead bull's prick. I sniff the air of Washington. Fetid discharge of field laid waste. Oh, a horror from a dream. Imagine clouds of vinegar and steam. Or is this retching prelude of eels the avant-garde of what is fucking real? Oh, fuck.
Sensational! Chaucer, the wife of Bath, the miller's tale.
Alcoholics Anonymous has been trying to say something like that about the horrors of drinking for years, and you've succeeded in just a few gut-wrenching images.
This is getting better all the time, but we gotta keep moving. The muse is a dancing target. Here, Ladislav, I'll put on the radio and let's get down.
Turn that shit off. Ah. Sometimes, when the beat gets going in my brain, and the crank gets flowing in my veins. Sometimes when I hear the music rolling, it's the time to get going. I hear that beat coming down, and the beat coming down, to that rockin', rollin' sound. I'm a long lost boogie brother, soon to be found. When I hear that rockin', rollin' sound come down.
He sings! Oh, there's music in those words and a voice. You take all the shit you want in there, Ladislav. Steve, look at the heavy symbolism we've got in these poems. I mean, look at the symbolism of violence in Horse and Crawl.
I know, and the same theme is used in Whoresan's Thanatos as well.
What academians we are!
Academicians! I warned you! Fucking A, when you dissect my words and pin the entrails on the paraffin sheet, when you pluck the eyeballs and scrape the sockets and tear away the meat, when you finish with the butchery and your gouging and flame, do you think this bilious, pussing mess will tell you what I'm saying? Physician, dissect thyself. I offer my words a rusty knife, or better yet, sit still for once as I slash away your stinking life. Let me slice and analyze layers of flesh till you too are dead. I warn you, motherfucker. Take a scalpel to my words and I'll take an axe to your head.
I didn't mean anything.